You had just left the doctor's office, and I was at work, and he called me. I lost my breath for a minute, and I went through this with my father. My father had prostate cancer, and through my father's treatment is when I met Sam.
I'm so honored to be the mayor of the city of Petersburg. Growing up here as a child here in Petersburg, I always dreamed of serving my community here in Petersburg. Being part of the resurgence here of Petersburg has been quite a wonderful journey. I have also been part of my own journey here, which is my struggles that I've had here with prostate cancer. You know, first thing you think about is your family. You think about your wife and daughter, and I think that's the first time in life that I looked at tomorrow is no guarantee, and that I need to do what's necessary in order to be there for my family. You have someone like me who's really never been sick before, all right, other than the common cold. Ultimately, when you don't have any symptoms of something and people are telling you that you are sick, it is hard to come to grips with, is this guy just telling me this, or is this really real? So many times as men, we can just say, well, I deal with that next year. And if I waited until next year, I probably wouldn't be sitting here feeling the way I feel today. After multiple tests, it was confirmed. And then that really led to me saying, okay, it's time to take this serious and look at what is the best way of treating it and looking at the various alternatives that are out there. When I went in for surgery and Ma took my phone, she said, basically, I got this now. So everybody, we're not taking any phone calls. She basically shut everything down to the point there. It's like, look, he's gonna rest. Y'all guys gotta figure, I remember she said, y'all gotta figure it out, okay?
I knew it was always going to be okay. Whatever happened, we were going to be okay. My role was to make sure that he was taking his medicine, he was resting.
As men, I always looked at my dad as being Superman. He never had to go to the doctor. So getting older, you realize that it takes a little more, and you have to really do as much preventive care as you can. Did you take your Tylenol last night or this morning? Last night.
Sam has been a great caregiver to his father. I was the caregiver to my father. And being a good caregiver, you have to be a good patient. Sam was a great patient. He listened to his doctors, he followed treatment, he listened to other people.
Being in bed, hooked up to a catheter, has really changed my life forever. It's made me really understand that we are only here for a little while. Having family by my side to emotionally push through that, it has really been a big part of that healing process, because it takes time. In Petersburg, in general, we have these challenges with health disparities. And the more that we can talk about health and about maintenance and just to show people that, hey, I'm vulnerable just like you are. My son now knows that this is something that is in the family. We need to make sure that he stay on top of it as he gets older as well.
Cancer isn't a death sentence. Chronic diseases, there's ways to cope, there's ways to understand, there's community out there. You have to educate yourself.
We live in a day and time now which no one should die from prostate cancer, and I want people to know that there is life on the other side, but don't take it for granted and not go to the doctor to make sure that you are safe and that you're cancer-free, because it's a matter of life or death.
This has taught me that I need to find a good doctor, one that I'm comfortable with, and keep my appointments. I need to be more conscious of how I treat this body, what I eat, choosing to exercise as opposed to being forced to exercise.
It just shows how fragile life is, and I really take that every day with the things that I do. The things that used to bother me really don't bother me as much anymore. If I wasn't going to the doctor on a routine basis, 5 years from now, I would have been dead. And that's something that every day I think about. It's almost like it's a new beginning of my life. I want to appreciate every day because tomorrow would not have been promised, without going to the doctor and doing what's necessary to stay healthy.
Cancer is a word that you hear and it sounds like a very defined time. But it doesn't have to be a defined time because we're all on limited time.
You got to realize you get married and you take vows, which you say in sickness and in health. And then when the sickness comes, it's like, wow, it's amazing to have you here.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you
yes.
for committing
This is
for
the
that
real
sickness
partnership.
That's the real partnership.
That's the real
Exactly.
partnership. He makes decisions with his mind, mine with my heart. And I think we've kind of flipped this time because during this process, I focused on educating myself, making sure that we made the best decision so that he could sit with how he felt.
The role reversal has really helped me be a better husband, a better spouse. And I think I'm better after surgery and what I've been through than what I was before. Wouldn't you say that?
Yes.
All right. Yes. See. It's like they say, there's always a silver lining in anything. And just because you go through that storm, it doesn't mean the sun won't come back out. And the sun came back out, and I think it was really brighter than it was, before I went in. Going through this journey together has really made me, appreciate you much more than I would have way before. And just want to say, look, I love you and thank you for that. And my life slowed down to really appreciate a lot of the small things that I looked over. So I think everything happens for a reason, and I thank you for sticking with me throughout this journey, and look forward to the rest of our lives together.